Today is Friday, July 16th. Welcome to this edition of Nevada County Now. Today's episode, we're talking Cannabis Committee, Delta Variant, Relief Fund, and more. Hello and welcome to Nevada County Now. I'm your host, Cole Pettit. At Tuesday's Grass Valley City Council meeting, the council voted on appointments to the newly created Cannabis Selection Committee. The four chosen committee members are Amy Wolfson, Lisa Swarthout, Marty Lombardi, and Jonathan Collier. The council and city manager, Tim Kieser, engaged in a discussion of the new committee's responsibilities and the thought process on selecting these specific appointments. Let's take a look.
This committee is made up of four members. One of them is a former council member and a mayor, Lisa Swarthout, who was very involved in getting the ordinance and everything put in place. Amy Wolfson, who is a planner with Nevada City, and she has worked and processed all of their applications. Marty Lombardi comes from a banking background and a financial background, and he also is very involved in a lot of groups within the city and the organization. He is very interested in ensuring, and I think it's the council's desire too, that the applications that we receive are very much financially capable. The final person, Jonathan Collier, was part of the original Cannabis Alliance. He is no longer there. He's also wrote a book about cannabis. So he has that background in our community. Currently, he is working on the housing side of things, not associated with cannabis, so he no longer has a potential conflict from that side. So we viewed that his past history and knowing our community and also involved in housing projects in our area kind of rounded out this group with a broad broad experience and expertise in this area.
I do think they're all very well qualified and provide a diverse enough group that will get some good reviews of the applications for the permits. So thank you.
I think we have a really well-rounded group. And I say that because Jonathan Collier has been a champion of wanting local businesses and local growers, local farmers to be part of this from the very beginning. So has Lisa. And so has, I don't know Amy that well. And Marty Lombardi, I have known him to be nothing but fair.
Yeah. And I just want to make sure everyone on the council and everyone in the public is perfectly clear. This selection committee will be selecting the various businesses.
Yes.
It will not be coming back to council.
It doesn't come to this body.
Yes.
The council voted 4-0, with Tom Ivy abstaining, to approve these appointments to the Cannabis Committee. Also at Grass Valley City Council meeting on Tuesday, the council voted unanimously to authorize the city manager to sign a professional services agreement with Harvey Consulting Group to provide peer review services of Nevada County's environmental impact report for the Idaho, Maryland Mine Rise Grass Valley project, meaning the Grass Valley will have their own independent review of the environmental impact report once it has been submitted. Let's see what they had to say about it.
So just brief background, the city has heard quite a few comments last year during public comments about the project being processed by Nevada County right now, for the reopening of the Idaho, Maryland mine, which is an underground mine project proposed by Rise Grass Valley. So with that, again, the county is processing this application. They are in the process of preparing an environmental impact report. And as part of that, they are required to address, potentially significant impacts. And many of those impacts are going to be affecting the city in many different ways, potentially. So with that, even though staff has been tracking this project and we've been actively involved with that the past 2 years, participating in the county's process up to date, we're getting to a point where the county at some point is going to release this environmental document. This is a very complex project. It's going to require a lot of staff attention in addition to a lot of technical expertise that we do not have right now.
We as a city are right next to this project, and we are concerned with the various impacts and what to protect our city to make sure that these impacts do not impede on our quality of life. And so that's why we're doing this consulting, is so that it takes the burden off the staff and it allows this third party to look out for our best interests as a city.
I think it's really important that the city go ahead and do an independent review. My understanding is that the EIR is using reports that were prepared by companies selected by the mine developer, Rise Grass Valley, and I have a problem believing that those are not biased reports or unbiased. And so I think it's valuable for us to have an independent review, especially on something as complex as this.
You can find the full meeting on our government YouTube page. Joining us now with a COVID update as well as additional news from the county, here's Taylor Wolfe, Public Information Officer for the County of Nevada.
Happy Friday, everyone. For today's Nevada County update, an additional $250,000 in federal funding was allocated by our Board of Supervisors to fund microgrants to 79 businesses through the Nevada County Relief Fund. I'll be reviewing the latest in COVID transmission and vaccine opportunities, a new collaborative initiative to end veteran homelessness in Nevada County by Veterans Day this year. The last donation drive for backpacks and school supplies for students in need is coming up this Saturday, and of course, week 6 of the library's summer learning program explores Egypt next week. On Tuesday, the Board of Supervisors allocated another $250,000 of federal funding from the American Rescue Plan Act to fund microgrants up to $5,000 to 79 small businesses through the Nevada County Relief Fund. The Nevada County Relief Fund was established in April 2020 with a $100,000 challenge grant from the Nevada County Board of Supervisors to mitigate the impacts of COVID-19. To date, the Relief Fund has raised over $1.3 million to help dozens of small businesses and nonprofits countywide, with nearly half the money raised from individual donations. If you'd like to learn more, visit nevcorelief.org. In the COVID world, we are beginning to see a slight increase in COVID transmission, active cases, and hospitalizations in Nevada County. This slight uptick is just 1 month after June 15th, when California moved away from the tier system and reopened the economy. With the highly transmissible Delta variant confirmed in Nevada County, public health officials continue to recommend getting vaccinated as the best option to prevent the spread of COVID-19 and serious illness. Vaccines are widely available in Nevada County at many local clinics, pharmacies, and healthcare facilities through myturn.ca.gov. According to data from the California Department of Public Health, approximately 100,000 vaccines have been administered in Nevada County, and we are still hovering at just over 50% of eligible residents fully vaccinated. Our Whispering Pines Clinic will be open Thursday and Friday next week from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and walk-ins are welcome. myturn.ca.gov continues to be the one-stop shop to find the nearest walk-in vaccine clinic near you, to make an appointment, or to request an in-home vaccination or transportation assistance to your vaccine appointment. Our Nevada County Reach team will also work with local businesses to vaccinate their staff, which can be requested through a simple online form at mynevadacounty.com/bizvax. Nevada County, Hospitality House, AMI Housing, Volunteers of America, Federal Veteran Administration partners, and 211 Connecting Point have committed to the shared goal of ending veteran homelessness by Veterans Day, November 11th, 2021. This goal is an initiative under the Built for Zero campaign that works towards measurably ending homelessness one population at a time. Current data demonstrates that 28 known veterans are experiencing homelessness in Nevada County. With additional resources and collaborative efforts, Nevada County is on pace to end homelessness for these and future local veterans. Child Support Services held the first of 2 donation drives yesterday for backpack and school supplies to go to students in need. If you'd like to participate by donating new or unused supplies, stop by the Eric Rude Center this Saturday, July 17th from 8 a.m. to noon. Partners Family Resource Center will be distributing all the supplies collected to families and students. So far, we've collected rulers, note cards, notebooks, highlighters, pencils and pens, erasers, binders, and over 30 backpacks. Thank you to everyone who has generously donated to Child Support Services' first annual school supply drive event this year. And of course, for our final update, the library's summer learning program continues into its 6th week on Monday. Next week, the program explores Egypt with more themed adventure bags and programming. Join the library on Monday at 1 o'clock on the library's Nevada County Facebook page or YouTube for a belly dancing and Zels demonstration. Learn about Egyptian belly dancing and how to use the small finger symbols that dancers use. The summer learning program goes through the end of July, so there still are a few more weeks to participate and win prizes. Learn more at mynevadacounty.com/library. That's it for my Nevada County update this week. Find all this information and more by subscribing to our weekly newsletter at mynevadacounty.com/Nevada County News. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Taylor. As Taylor touched on, we've seen an increase of 59 COVID-19 cases since last week, another increase from last week. Our total now sits at 5,067 confirmed cases. 90 cases are currently active with 6 hospitalizations, and the death toll remains at 75. As we know, the Delta variant is circulating in our community and is likely at least somewhat responsible for the increase in cases we've seen. Kimberly Parker, Executive Director of the Sierra Nevada Memorial Hospital Foundation, is here to tell us more about the Delta variant.
Good day, everyone. Very quickly after COVID-19 restrictions were lifted, you could feel a huge difference. It was as if we all breathed a collective sigh of relief. Many started to get out again, and some of us even felt comfortable spending time with vaccinated friends. Life started to feel like normal. However, cases are rising again in Nevada County. Sierra Nevada Memorial Hospital has seen an increase in COVID-19 cases, and we now know that the Delta variant is in Nevada County. It's not unusual for a virus to mutate and spread. The Delta variant is a version of COVID-19. It is now in over 80 countries, and that's since it was first detected in India. Named by the World Health Organization, this variant now accounts for 25% of new COVID-19 cases in the US. It contains mutations in the gene that codes for the spike protein, which the virus then uses to enter cells in the body. It's actually considered to be a variant of concern. This is a designation to give when evidence shows that a variant is more contagious and transmissible, causes more severe illness, or reduces the effectiveness of vaccine and treatment. In the United Kingdom, 95% of new COVID-19 cases are now tied to the Delta variant. And while studies are still ongoing, the United Kingdom public health officials believe that the variant is 40 to 60% more transmissible than the Alpha version. To determine transmissibility of a new virus, epidemiologists track close contact of infected people with different versions of the virus to see who tests positive. And while the research is still being conducted, a June study published in the Journal of the Lancet examined the Delta strain in Scotland, where it had become the dominant virus. Scientists found the risk of hospitalization from COVID-19 nearly doubled for those unvaccinated patients infected with the Delta variant. That's in comparison with individuals infected by the Alpha variant. The good news is that based upon blood samples from vaccinated people, vaccines appear to be offering good protection against the Delta variant. Current research shows that the protective antibodies are holding up against several of the circulating variants, including the Delta. A study released in England found 2 doses of the Pfizer vaccine were 96% effective against this variant, And it also showed that 2 doses of Moderna were 92% effective. While it makes great sense to be thoughtful and cautious, for those that have been vaccinated, the risks are low. It's like so many things in life. You have to make choices. Most of us would choose to put on sunscreen before we go outside. So if you're attending a crowded gathering or social event and you're health compromised or health concerned, you still may want to wear a mask and social distance. Thanks so much for listening. I'm Kimberly Parker.
Thanks, Kimberly. Thankfully, it's been a little cooler over the last few days, with today being below average for July. But unfortunately, it's not going to last. The National Weather Service in Sacramento is predicting increased temperatures into the weekend, but it will still at least be below what we experienced last week. Additionally, Sunday night and into Monday in the higher elevations, there's a chance for some thunderstorms. Obviously, with the current dry conditions, any lightning strikes could have the potential to cause new fire starts. The timing and location of these storms could change, so keep an eye out for forecast updates at weather.gov/STO. This coming Thursday evening, the 22nd, we'd like to invite you to join us for some music and dancing. We're hosting our Rock Around the Clock telethon-style program in partnership with Gold Country Kiwanis to raise some money for both organizations. Tune in on Comcast Channel 11, YouTube, Facebook, or our website, nevadacountymedia.org/rockaroundtheclock at 6 p.m. Thursday evening and enjoy the music of Billy Packard and the Sock Hops while learning a bit about Nevada County Media and the Kiwanis. We'll leave you this evening with a brief preview of this program. And remember, stay safe, take care of each other. We'll see you next week.
All right, welcome to our Sock Hop. I am Billy Packard with the Sock Hops. We're here for your telethon enjoyment. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock.
Hey, so great you could join us here at Rock Around the Clock. This is the summer fundraiser for our friends at Kiwanis and also Nevada County Media.
We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. We're gonna rock. I wanna tell you a story every man ought to know. If you want a little loving, you gotta start real slow. She's gonna love you tonight if you treat her right.